Hi, You Can Heal family. All right, so tonight we're going to be reading in Joshua chapter 14. So this is your first time listening. I read whatever time of the day, honestly. And then I'll say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening because I don't know what time you're listening to the word. But let me tell you, I am more slam out. Now, do you remember a couple Bible readings back, Bren came on the camera and she had on her Lisa Smiles bonnet and she took the bonnet off and showed you guys her hair, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have Julian do her hair. I don't have to deal with it. Well, the joke's on me because I didn't schedule soon enough, and she couldn't. I had to cancel the appointment tomorrow because she has her dress rehearsal again tomorrow. So I had to do her hair tonight. I just got done. We started around, I don't know, maybe 7:30, but I had to wash it and everything and blow dry it. And then try to slick it back in this ponytail thing because she's got to wear it in a bun for one number, and then she's got to wear this high ponytail, and just trying to slap on all that gel. Listen, I'm so tired. That was a whole thing. And I watched Lisa's video and she was doing like section by section. I was just like, so anyway, if you wanted to know, that's what's been going on. But listen, to read today, I had to psych myself out. What I had to do is I had to go back to Genesis, and I just had to let all these pages turn just to encourage myself to keep going and to keep reading my Bible every day. Because honestly, you guys, before I started reading here on YouTube, I don't think I was reading every day like this many days in a row. And that's just the truth. So I commend you if you've been hanging with me and you've been listening every day. It truly is a big deal. It's certainly a big deal. So I flipped the page, and chapter 14 is not very long, and I'm kind of happy about that because I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed after I read this. What time is it? It's like 10:40 p.m. So I've had it. All right, so that's what's been going on. Plus, I was like the dance mom tonight, and I had to stay at the 3-hour dress rehearsal, almost 3 hours, with all the kids, and get them in and out of costumes, which was nice because Bren liked having me there. But I'm ready for bed. But for you, we're going to be reading this morning, afternoon, or evening, Joshua chapter 14. So let's just listen to the good word of the good Lord, all right? Oh my gosh, I'm Shena. If this is your first time, I'm Shena. Yeah, we read through the Bible. We do it our own way. We talk, we chat, we laugh, we read, we comment. Sometimes we read the commentary. We just kind of do whatever the Spirit's calling for. Amen? So Joshua 14, a method of setting tribal boundaries. The remaining tribes of Israel inherited land in Canaan as allotted by Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the tribal leaders. These 9.5 tribes received their inheritance by means of sacred lots in accordance with the Lord's command through Moses. Moses had already given an inheritance of land to the 2.5 tribes on the east side of the Jordan River. The tribe of Joseph had become 2 separate tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. And the Levites were given no land at all, only towns to live in, and the surrounding pasture lands for their flocks and herds. So the distribution of the land was in strict accordance with the Lord's instructions to Moses. And the next section is boundaries of Caleb, and we're on verse 6, and there's only 15 verses in this chapter. Verse 6, a delegation from the tribe of Judah, led by Caleb, son of Jephunneh and the Kenizzite, came to Joshua at Gilgal. Caleb said to Joshua, remember what the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, about you and me when we were at Kadesh Barnea? I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to explore the land of Canaan. I returned and gave from my heart a good report, but my brothers who went with me frightened the people and discouraged me from entering the promised land. For my part, I followed the Lord my God completely. So that day Moses promised me, the land of Canaan on which you were just walking will be your special possession and that of your descendants forever, because you wholeheartedly follow the Lord my God. Yes, Tracy Ann, that was a big gulp for God. I needed that water. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I needed that water. Caleb said to Joshua, remember. Okay, so that was Caleb talking. And then he says in verse 10, now as you can see, the Lord has kept me alive and well as he promised for all these 45 years since Moses made this promise, even while Israel wandered in the wilderness. Today, I'm 85 years old. Oh my God, God keeps his promises. Yeah, we just gotta listen. We just have to listen. Today, I'm 45 years old. I'm as strong now as I was when Moses sent me on that journey. And I can still travel and fight as well as I could then. So I'm asking you to give me the hill country that the Lord promised me. You will remember that as scouts, we found the Anakites living there in great walled cities. But if the Lord is with me, I will drive them out of the land, just as the Lord said. So Joshua blessed Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and gave Hebron to him as an inheritance. Hebron still belongs to the descendants of Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, because he wholeheartedly followed the Lord. You Can Heal family, are you going to wholeheartedly follow the Lord in this walk with the Lord you're having? You know, some days are you going to be in and then some days out, or are you going to be wholeheartedly in following the Lord? Oh my gosh, I love that. And then Caleb was 85 years old and still strong as he was when he was when Moses sent him on that journey. That's amazing. God will keep us strong. So Joshua blessed Caleb, son of, did I read this already? Jephunneh, and gave Hebron to him as an inheritance. And then it says in verse 15, previously Hebron had been called Kiriath Arba. It had been named after Arba, a great hero of the Anakites, and the land had rest from war. So let's see. Verses 6 through 15 commentary says, Caleb, as patriarch and the only survivor other than Joshua of those who left Egypt, out of all those people, two people were left. Oh my gosh. Who left Egypt is allowed to choose his own land. So he got to choose the land he wanted. In verse 10 it says, Caleb notes that it had been 45 years since the Lord spoke to Moses about his inheritance. That word was spoken in Numbers 14:24 in the second year after the Israelites left Egypt in Numbers 9 and 10. Thus 38 years before they entered the promised land. This suggests that the conquest to this point had taken approximately 7 years, 45 minus 38. It is a tribute to Caleb's faith that he had chosen territory that would be difficult to conquer. Judah's land, oh, that's the next section. Judah's land would be the southern section of Canaan. So 45 years. God does what he says he's gonna do. My eye was just sticking. Did you see that? Sorry, my eye was just sticking. God does what he says he's going to do, like 45 years later, you know, so keep going. If you're older, you know, if you're more on my end of the years, like we got to just keep going, all us 50s and overs, right? Don't give up. Don't give up. God hasn't given up on you. God has not given up. So we take one day at a time, you know, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking as Jesus did the sinful world as it is, not as I'd have it. And then I can't remember the rest of the Serenity Prayer. Taking the sinful world as Jesus did, not as I would have it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just lost it, but as he did. Knowing that he'll make all things right if I surrender to his will. Something like that. You can look it up. But the whole point is just keep moving, keep going. Listen, it was 45 years later and God did what he said he was going to do. He did it for Caleb and he can do it for you. So that's that, you guys. I'm going to bed. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your day. Thanks for spending it with me if it's the morning, and if you're settling in with me in the evening. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the comments, and you know, if you haven't commented yet, maybe today's the day. Today you'll say hi to me and I'll respond. All right, you can help family. That's it. I'm getting silly. I'm sleepy. Always remember that true healing begins with self-love. Why? Because God is love and he lives on the inside of you. Twist it up in the cord. I love you. We'll talk soon. Bye.